Nordic Beast here, and welcome back to my channel. This first part's going to be a little bit of an update video. The rest I want to talk about the War Thunder events and kind of the future of the game, and just my thoughts and musings. So first off, about 2 years ago, me and my ex-wife finally filed for divorce. It was this back and forth of, no, I'm going to file, no, I'm going to file. Well, we finally filed. Well, then the pandemic hit. So nothing was getting through the court systems till earlier this year. Finally, the divorce went through. We are done. Everything is over with. Yay. My partner, Becca, super happy. I'm super happy. So now that that's over with, my ex-wife also, I'm pretty sure it was her, started some drama. And it left me very depressed, down and out. And I did not feel like making videos. Well, that is now past too. And I do feel better. And I'm willing to start doing more. So here I am. We also recently hit a deer, so that kind of sucked. A couple weeks back, we were going to see my grandfather for his 80th birthday. Bam. And that's taking time because we live in the middle of nowhere and they have to order all the parts. And last but not least, since the pandemic had hit, I have been an at-home dad. And, my partner Becca, she was working, and now she wants to come home and be with the kids and go to school from home while I go back to work, which I'm fine with. I actually have a job on the line. I'm really looking forward to it. However, I can't follow up on it until we get the damn car back. So fingers crossed, hopefully this week it'll finally come back to us. Like I said, it's down to the damn seatbelts. So things are looking up. I am actually quite happy. I'm in a good place. That being said, let's talk about War Thunder and its events. So the last event really sucked. It was just terrible. You had to get 40,000 points over 2 days for each vehicle type. So ground vehicle, air vehicle, or boat. You couldn't do the two together. You couldn't get plane points for flying planes and ground RB, which I thought was stupid. And 40,000 points was too much, especially if you wanted to get multiple vehicles. I ended up getting just the tanks, and then I got 1 star in the plane and was like, fuck this, because I realized I don't really like the aircraft modes. They're bad. I enjoy the aircraft in ground RB. Not just CAS, but actual dogfighting and stuff. I really like the mystery of what you're facing. There's no icons, no concept of distance. You have to eyeball it. I don't know. I find it a lot more fun. It's just my opinion on that one. And they had a lot less vehicles, and the vehicles weren't great, except the Leopard 2 AV. The A4D is actually, or F4D, excuse me, is one I really wanted them to add, but the thing ended up being a fragile, miserable piece of shit that every pilot who flew it ends up breaking the fucking thing. So people aren't happy with that fucking airplane. The Zerini, the Hungarian tank destroyer, it's good on paper. Turns out that's it. It's awful. I couldn't even tell you what the boat was. I'm sorry. I don't know. But it was a pain in the ass. And it was to the point where it was almost like a part-time job to get through that event just to get your tanks. I ended up using this line for seal clubbing. It's only 2.7. It's super low BR, and this vehicle was a monstrosity. So I ended up beating the shit out of a bunch of new people just because I wanted my shiny new tanks. I'm not proud of this, but I did it. And that's not good gameplay. That's not very sportsman-like. War Thunder's known for having a pretty toxic community, and I can be one of those toxic players at times. There's a reason I changed my name to Spiteful Beast from Nordic Beast to Spiteful Beast. I didn't like that my name was Nordic Beast 6. I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to be number 6. And Becca pointed out that, my driving emotion in life is spite. I will prove you wrong, if I have to go to the ends of the earth. But within reason, I'm not going to, stand my ground even when I know I'm wrong. I will stand my ground if I, as long as I know I'm actually right and I can prove it. So I'm that kind of spiteful. And so I changed my name to Spiteful Beast. And in between that, you've got the Battle Pass going on. which lasts for 3 months at a time in 3 month blocks. There's no space in between. It's just battle pass, battle pass, battle pass, constant. And then you have these little micro events in here. So pages of history for September. If you want to get this icon, usually it's some kind of, war hero, and they tell their story and everything. And you can get these little loot boxes by, within these days, so a 3-day period there, using those vehicles, getting X amount of points, you can get an award. All right, cool. That's nice. But it's constant. So we just had that Summer Landing event 2 weeks ago. They're already advertising a build event coming up. We have had a major update, drone strike, in between. People are working on. It's constant. So summer event, big update. Now the build event for the autumn event, I think it's called. So the build event. And then in between, you've got the mini ones and the battle pass all at the same time. Now, I know some of you are going, well, Nordic, you don't have to do all this stuff at once. You're right. And I would rather not. But I would like to do these things if they would spread it all out. But they don't. And oh, God, the fucking build events. Dude, I hate them just as much as I hate this last 40,000 point event. That's what the build event should be. Just, hey, they say all you got to do is play. Yeah, but you got to build in between. And it's a fucking hassle that you can easily mess up. I wish they just had an auto function. Just turn it on like, I don't give a shit about this build part. Just give me my shiny new toys that I deserve, that I worked my ass off for. Why do I have to put in extra effort for it? I'm already playing your game. I already pay for it because I pay for premium. And I occasionally buy vehicles and stuff. And I do the battle pass. Fuck. I don't want to have to do extra. That being said, I have played this game almost 6 years. And it's coming up on 6 years. What is the end plan for this game? This comes up a lot, and I can't believe it's not like a bigger thing out there. When Gaijin decides, hey, we're done with this game, it's not going to make us any more money, and they just shut the servers off, you're done. I've invested more money than I'd care to discuss online into this game, and I know some other of my squadron mates have put in more money than I have. And that's not fair. You have bought a product that you can no longer use because the parent company has just shut it down without any end of life thoughts because they don't give a shit. And that's upsetting to me. That happened to me with City of Heroes back in 2011 after City of Heroes had been... God, it came out in 2004. The beta was 2003. It came out in 2004. So 7 years it was up. And then 7 years it was down until the players were finally able to reverse engineer the damn thing and get it working again. I don't understand why companies can't release their server side client for the game. Like, hey, release this to the public. Look, we're done with the game. This is for the players. I don't imagine it's all that hard, honestly. So it just, I'm worried that that's what's going to happen to this game eventually. And as much as this game can drive me absolutely insane, I don't want it to be gone. And this is the kind of game I would play for years. I still play old ass games. I mean, currently in my library, I still play Masters of Orion 2 from 1996. I still play the original Fallout from 97, 98. Like, I like old games. If I enjoy a game, I'm going to keep playing it, even when it's all done. I recently got Fractured Space working because concerned players were able to get an online server up and running for it with Discord. And you can actually load up Fractured Space now and fucking play it, even though it was a dead game with no end of life anything. I'm blown away. I love it. And that at least has good AI that you can play up against sometimes. War Thunder, not so much. Its AI is not the best. So, yeah, these are just my thoughts on the subject. Basically, the events, there's just too much. Spread them out a little bit. And the major events are too fucking hard, especially for the average player. give them a break, dude. I get you're trying to make money, but you know what? Throw a bone to your player base for once. You'll make them a lot happier because we're already a pretty grumpy crowd. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed my rant, please hit the like button and let me know what you think in the comments down below. What would you like to see in the future? I'm planning on doing more War Thunder stuff. I've got plenty of stuff to do in Space Engineers as well. And, a few other games. So just let me know what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear, and I'll see you guys in the next one.